Hey guys, I'm Vicky Murgatroyd. I founded Life Empowerment Project off the back of one of our other businesses. And the reason that I did so is because I became a little bit disillusioned with the previous model of business, that if I needed to earn money from the business, which is part of what we do, then I had to be there. I had to be there at all times. If I wasn't there, the money didn't come in. If I wasn't there, the clients didn't get seen to. There was no business without me actually operating it day in, day out. So naturally, my assumption was for the business to grow, it required more of my time. And I think that's pretty pervasive amongst what we're taught and what we misconceive about how business works. If you're going to create growth, you've got to sacrifice time, energy, effort, etc. So I want to break that down a little bit into how I transitioned the business, and now I earn more than quadruple the amount of money. I see more than quadruple the amount of clients, and I work less than half of the hours that I have. And I want to make this really clear because part of our mission here is to help you see through the bullshit that keeps most businesses kind of stuck and most business owners completely disillusioned. This took time. This took time to implement. However, I knew the timeline. I knew when I wanted to achieve this within, and I actually beat that timeline. So again, if we can look at it from a place of realism, we can break through those the negatives of the result not showing up immediately, and allow us to take consistent action that actually gets us to our result in a very, very short time span if we can stay connected to that long-term vision. So before you go any further in the video, ask yourself, what am I actually doing this for? Is this a business that I want to stick with, that I want to do some really good work with, or do I just want to make a quick buck, flash in the pan? Because if that's you, honestly, this strategy is not for you. If, however, you're in the former camp, then basically what we want to discuss is the changes that it takes in model and in mindset to actually scale your business to that level. So I'll start out with the former. So model-wise, again, we have this transitional period, and this was fairly tumultuous for me because of my mindset, second pillar, where we go from being the practitioner, the person who delivers all the magic, to being the business owner, the person who can actually drive the growth of this creation of yours. That was a huge transition because my identity was so deeply tied in with the coach, with the practitioner, whatever you want to call it. So the transition to being the business owner and to kind of seeing the overall vision of where this business could go was a big one. However, the reason why we have coaches is to transition our journey in a much smoother way. So essentially what I've learned and how I've grown, we now feed down to our clients and they can make this transition in a much smoother, much easier, much more organic way. Which is wonderful and increases their results significantly and lowers the effort that they put in to get there. So essentially, the changes in model, we need to start thinking how you actually deliver your service. You cannot build this lifestyle business just working on a one-to-one basis. It doesn't work. If you can have one-to-one delivery in your business, but it cannot be the kind of main structure of the business, again, if you want that lifestyle flexibility. So model-wise, we have to begin with the end in mind for you. What do you want to get out of this business? How do you want your life to be as you own this business? And again, some questions within this will be around, are you going to sell the business on? Are you going to stay working within the business? Like, what's your end goal with it? If you're going to stay working in the business, awesome. How many hours? What's your team look like? How do you serve your clients, etc.? So we want to look at our model of delivery. How do we get those results to our clients? Because ultimately, you do not have a business if you can't get results to your clients in this space. Just doesn't work. It's one of those flash in the pan things again. So we want to make sure that those clients who are putting their trust in us walk away with a phenomenal result without it demanding more and more of our time. So the model has to shift. So how are you delivering those results? How are you helping people to go from problem to solution? Now, as you become a more experienced in your delivery, then we do suggest that transition happens over time. If you're brand new to this, then we do suggest you get in on the ground level and make sure that you can get the results that you're selling to people. Huge bugbear of mine is that kind of falls by the wayside in some of the teachings in our industry. So you need to be able to make sure that you can get those results. Otherwise, again, the business has no longevity. It can't possibly survive, especially in the industry where we're now being so, authentic. Everyone's very transparent, etc. You have to have that element, again, because it's going to fulfill your soul. Because if you're here, I'm going to imagine that's fairly important to you. But secondly, again, so that business can build an epic reputation over time. We want you speaking on stage, we want you delivering your message, because ultimately there's a reason you have this message. You personally have this message. You can do some real good with it. So we need to make sure that that's set up in the best way possible. So how you're actually delivering your service is really, really important. How you're getting those clients, those results. Secondly is you. How are we going to transition you to be able to earn more money and work less hours? Because most of us have some pretty interesting stories around money, stories around hard work, stories around rich people, etc., etc. So there's a lot to unpack around this. And then the other element that I feel is less talked about, less conscious in our awareness, is the allowing. That was a huge thing for me. So I made a transition. Again, I do feel like this was kind of building for probably the 3 months prior to this, but over a 3-month period, I got back 40 hours per week in the business by implementing systems, changing some of our team structure, and huge letting go on my part. So I couldn't allow myself to step back from the business because my identity, again, was so tied up in this is what I do, this is who I am. And then as soon as I transitioned that view to be, cool, this is what the business wants, this is what the business is creating, and I'm here to facilitate that, and that my worth is not tied up in that, that freed me up hugely. So again, individually, there's going to be certain things that we have to address, and this is one of the things we take most pride in with our clients. That is transformational when you get that right. So obviously, I don't want to go into too much detail and take up heaps of your time here. However, we do have sessions available. Now, 3 of those sessions are going to be with me. So applications are now open. I don't take calls like this anymore. I haven't done for 2 or so years within the business. But for this particular project, we want to make sure that we're really connecting with the right people. So first of all, make sure that you fit the criteria. You're already seeing clients. You already know you can drive excellent results for said clients. And you know this is your thing. This is the business that you want to stick with. It's not I might do this or I might run off and get a job. This is what you want to do. Now, it might not be exactly how you want to do it, the way that it's operating right now, but this business that you're running is something that you're committed to. It's something that you want to see flourish and take off, and you are actually committed rather than interested in said results. So if you fit that criteria, go ahead and drop some details in for us. The team will go through all of the applications, and we will make sure that the right people get that message. So again, put all the details in. The more details you give us, the better. The team will run through those. One of the team will be in touch just to ask a few more questions if necessary, and then we'll pick the 3 people who are going to win the session with me to work through exactly how you can double, triple, etc. your income from the business without having to work more hours, and most likely being able to cut your hours down over the next 6 to 12 months. So again, if that's something you want, go ahead, put as many details in for us as you can. The team will be in touch, and I hope that I'll be speaking with you very soon. So big love, congratulations, thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see this transformation for your business, for your family, for your clients as well. You are awesome, really appreciate everything you do, can't wait to speak to you.